Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is Loveland, and you can call me LAR'RIS, and I create in here content for lovers and sweethearts. If you identify as a lover or a sweetheart, then what I have to say is for us. So today I want to talk about something else that I think complements love very well, and that is boundaries and standards. Boundaries says this is how far I'm willing to go, and this is how far I'm willing to allow you to go concerning me. Standards says this is what I require and this is what I expect. And boundaries and standards works for us. Boundaries and standards helps us to manage our lives better, because everybody is not like us. Everybody is not a loving, thoughtful, considerate person. Everyone doesn't consider themselves a lover or a sweetheart. You have some people that are the complete opposite, and they boldly don't deny it. Then you have some people that they may not come out and say, you know, I'm crazy, or they may not come out and say I'm mean or I'm vindictive or I'm a user, but they do behave as such, and sometimes you find these things out later on. So by us having boundaries in place and standards in place, again, it serves as a way for us to protect ourselves. So this is like sweetheart protection, but it's also a way for us to manage our lives, because what we are also doing is we are creating the life that we need, because we realize we have this unique, beautiful quality and characteristic, and we're very interested in preserving it, and we're very interested in preserving ourselves. But at the same time, this unique quality and characteristic that we have, it is for other people. It is to give, it is to share, right? And I'm talking about love. So we can't be closed off where we're not being ourselves. By default, we are givers because love gives, and we give from a place of love. We give because we see a need. We give because we just want people in our lives to be happy, pleased, satisfied, and to feel love. This gift that we have, if you will, it is a giving gift. And so we have to manage our lives. We have to manage ourselves. And one of the ways we do that is through boundaries and standards. Now, for every sweetheart, the boundaries for you may be different than for me. The standards for you may be different from me. The beautiful part about it is, at a base level, we need boundaries and standards, but on an individual level, you get to decide what the standard is for you. You get to decide what the boundaries need to be for you. We all come from something different. We are lovers and sweethearts, but like I've said in other videos, we have other traits about us. We have personalities. We have different personalities. My personality may be one way, yours may be another, but we are both loving people. We have different histories. I like to call them profiles, because a profile for me is like all the things that make up who you are. It's your history, it's your personality, it's your life experiences, it's what you've learned from those life experiences. So that is a profile. We all have a different profile. So based off of that, I have to determine what standards I need and what boundaries I need. Some things are just basic, like, you know, basic human decency and respect. But again, we can be as nuanced as we need to be. That's the beautiful part about being able to, like, build your life. You know what I'm saying? Build your life how you need it to be. Because remember, I also shared this in a previous video, because we have this unique design, we have to understand that, you know, the world that we live in may not be suitable for the way that we are. So it becomes our responsibility to design our life and design the world around us to suit us, because there's so much outside of us that we cannot control. So when it comes to our person and when it comes to our lives, we want to build that and design that in the best way that we possibly can. And one of the ways that we do that is through boundaries and standards. Another thing I want to say as I wrap this little topic up is, everyone is not a lover or a sweetheart. Everyone does not identify that way. And that's another reason why we want to have things in place for our lives, standards and boundaries. But even when you are have people in your life who are, do identify as lovers and sweethearts, again, we're all different. And so it's just about personalization and doing what you need to do for you. And you may even find, okay, the boundary that I have and the standard that I have at this time in my life, maybe 5 years from now, you won't need to have that particular boundary or standard in place, and that's okay. That's where having a growth mindset, being able to evolve, all of that is wrapped up into the journey of a lover, the journey of being a sweetheart. That's a part of our lifestyle, to be able to learn what works for us, to know ourselves, learn what works for us, and to make adjustments accordingly. But always keeping the focal point being, this is a part of my makeup. I'm not trying to change. I don't want to become a hard person. I want to remain tenderhearted. I want to remain a loving person. So let me make sure I'm fashioning my life to help me achieve that goal, which is to stay loving and to stay sweet. And I do that. One of the ways I do that is by having standards and boundaries in place in my life. And I want to say too that, when you do this, you don't have to communicate these things outright to anyone. Sometimes you do, but sometimes these things are boundaries and standards is what I'm talking about. These are things that you keep to yourself. So boundaries and standards can be communicated, or they cannot be communicated. They can simply be demonstrated. Demonstration is also a form of communication as well. So again, it's just about, what do we need? What do we need to do? How do we need to be so that we can be our best selves and love people around us, receive love from people, and maintain who we are at the same time. So again, something that I think complements love very well is having standards and boundaries, having boundaries and standards. That's it for now. I'll be back another time with another video and another message for us. In the meantime, we will stay loving and stay sweet. I'll see you next time.